Hello everyone, I'm Bill Manos from Social Media for Small Business NYC. Today I'm joined with Neil Glassman from Whiz Bang Pow Wow Marketing, and he is actually going to be offering our next session, which is going to be on how David-sized brands can compete with Goliath-sized brands using social media. So we're extremely excited to have him.
Thanks.
First of all, thanks for joining me today.
My pleasure.
And also thanks so much for doing the session with us. This is a big one, especially for me, because it's one of the more exciting aspects of social media, especially as it relates to small businesses, because it's, this is really where small business can start to compete with larger brands.
They can. I mean, there are some things that need to be considered. One of the errors that is frequently made in social media, as it's made with many digital technologies, is people assume that because they can do things by themselves, that they should do things by themselves. So just as 10 years ago we were looking at some pretty awful homemade websites, and direct email pieces, there are folks who are suddenly diving into social media a little blindly, and may not be doing themselves much good, and in fact maybe doing themselves some harm.
So let me ask you a question about that, because I mean, do you find, you've worked with small businesses, obviously.
Absolutely.
And is there a lack of an awareness of a brand in some cases, or are people aware of it, they're just not sure how to handle it?
Well, I think that a lot of businesses, and this is not just true of small businesses, don't have a really good concept of what their brand is. Not realizing that the brand is something that you think about and as a construct, as opposed to a thing. McDonald's is not a hamburger.
Right.
McDonald's is a whole notion, something that emotes when you think about it, and all brands need to do that. So lots of small companies and large companies aren't clear about their brand. My favorite, one of my favorite things is going to a trade show and seeing 50% of the companies having big signs out that say "Your complete solutions provider," and really have no idea that they need to communicate something a little deeper than that.
Sure. So let me just kind of along that lines, just give us a little flavor for what we're going to see next month. But like, how do you encourage businesses to start thinking about their brands, and then how does that play into social media, and what connections do they need to make?
Well, one of the keys, and this is sort of part of any conversation that I have with a brand or presentation that I do, is to start with the notion that social media marketing is a part of, as opposed to apart from, everything else that you're involved in building your brand and your marketing. And also for small businesses with limited resources, and one of the great things about social media is when using the tools well, you can have a tremendous efficiency and a tremendous effectiveness at a relatively low cost, although the upfront planning might be more difficult.
But it pays off.
It could pay off. So you want to look at it in terms of what it is you want to accomplish first. Then going and trying to find out where are your customers and prospects, and joining their conversations there. One of the toughest things, I think, for businesses and brands in general is realizing that through social media they're going to lose a lot of the control of their brand, and that might actually be easier for a small brand to do than a larger brand, where there's lots and lots of people who have been battling to defend a certain brand image for a time. They may not want to give up that control. A smaller brand may have that advantage.
Interesting. Well, listen, I personally am very excited about this event, because this is a topic that we haven't yet covered in the group.
Right.
And I know that we've already got people signed up, and we're still 3 weeks out, so I'm excited about that as well.
Well, I hope I don't disappoint.
No, I know you. I'm sure you won't. We're super excited. Thanks again, Neil.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you on March 9th of 2011. Thank you.